I dated a married man for 25 years. And we was friends for the next 20. When I met him, he told me he loved his wife. And he loved me. And baby, he treated me like a goddess, motherfucker queen. And I didn't fuck with his household. His wife didn't even know I exist. Trust me when I tell you so.
Hey, Shalom, brother. Shalom. This is Brother Howard of GMS Toronto, coming back with another one. And this is a concubine. And I know what you brothers are thinking, but the women of Israel, right, because she's an Israelite, right, to my judgment, right, that's only my judgment based off of appearance. So, right, she might not be, but to me, she comes across as an Israelite woman, right, so-called black woman. Right, she can go back to any one of the tribes, so-called blacks, Latinos, or Native Americans, right, Aboriginals, right, they're scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Right, the Israelite woman is supposed to be a wife. Yes, she is supposed to be a wife, but that's in an upright society that we are in rulership over. We're not in rulership. As you can tell, we are on the bottom, and we are servants up until this day. So this woman is a concubine. This is a representation of a concubine. And guess what? This is a concubine that's in order. A lot of you men, you get with women, right? You get a concubine and you think your concubine is supposed to be out of order. No, a concubine is supposed to be in order as well. She's supposed to represent a woman, and a woman is supposed to bring you peace no matter what, right? A wife is about a woman's conduct, right? There's wifely conduct and there's, concubine conduct. Now, a woman is a wife based upon how she treats you, based upon how she treats herself, based upon how motherly she is, right? Her nature, her nurturing aspect. A lot of concubines, they don't have that nurture inside. And the reason why I'm saying this woman is not a wife, mainly is because of the way she's talking. Wives don't talk like this. Right? This is not how a wife talks. The way she's communicating, right? A wife is going to communicate more wholesome. Because remember, she has to communicate with your children. She has to speak life into her children. She has to speak life into you as well. Don't you know a woman has power in her tongue as well? I know you men know that because you were raised, a lot of us were raised by Israelite women, especially you so-called, you so-called blacks, right? You Caribbeans, right? You Haitians. Our mothers were rough, man. Our mothers spoke down to us. Our mothers spoke to us like we were pieces of shit, right? It just is what it is, right? I'm not saying all, so please, don't think I'm pointing a finger at all so-called black women. No, I'm not. But that's just how our women spoke. Mainly the Judite, right? The Levite, right? And the Haitian women, right? So women like that are not really and truly wives, just based upon their conduct. Now this is Proverbs chapter 21, verse 9, and it reads, "It is better to dwell in a corner of the housetop than with a brawling woman in a wide house." So you see, a woman's mouth can tear a man down, right? Especially any man that's dealt with women like that. You know what that's like, man. She just annoys you until you snap, right? So that is an attribute of a good woman and a wife. A woman that doesn't annoy you and a woman that knows how to control her fucking mouth. All right?
And if any motherfucker would have told the bitch to fuck up my good shit, I just don't know what would have happened when I fucked them up. I don't know.
Hey, that's how you know she's not a wife. Because a wife ain't going to fight no other woman, right? A wife is not going to fight another woman, right? A wife will defend her house. A wife will defend her children. Trust me, a wife is not weak. I'm not saying a wife is weak. No, That's quite the opposite, right? A wife is actually a very strong woman, right? No joke, right? Nothing like a good woman and a good mother, man, right? And a good wife. But this is not the conduct of a wife. So knowing that he had a good concubine, hey, there's nothing wrong with having a good concubine, right? Concubines are completely lawful according to the scriptures. She might just have good pussy, right? That man might have liked her because of their sexual energy, right? A wife is something deeper than that. You have a deeper connection with a wife. Your connection with your wife is not only sexual. It will be sexual because you do have to please your wife, but it's going to be deeper than that, right? Sometimes you have a strong sexual attraction to your concubine, but after you bust a nut, you don't like her no more. Or, she's cool, but you want to get up out of there. Or you don't trust her, right? Or you never will sleep with her. And when I say sleep with her, I mean actually fall asleep. You don't trust her enough to ever sleep with her like that. You'll lay with her, but you'll never, fall asleep around her, trust her with anything. Now your wife, you'll cuddle with. Your wife, you'll go on a date with. Your wife, you'll watch TV with. Your wife, you can have conversation with, right? So your connection with your wife and your concubine is going to be two different dynamics. Now this is Ecclesiasticus, and this is in the Apocrypha, right, or the King James Bible, the 1611 version. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 26, verse 3, and it reads, "A good wife is a good portion which shall be given in the portion of them that fear the Lord." Right? So, hey, remember this. When you get a good woman, you got to treat her righteously as well. You got to treat her good as well. You can't just get a woman and then, you're having her peg you or doing wickedness. Nah, man, you got to treat a good woman good. When a woman is good and decent, you got to treat her good and decent, man. Right? A lot of you men, you don't know how to judge treating a woman. All right, back in the day, you had men treat their side bitches like side bitches. Nowadays, you have guys that are wifing up harlots. She's a harlot. How could you wife a harlot? You don't wife a fucking harlot. But you know what? We're living here in Babylon and strange things are going to happen. So it is going to happen, man. You know what? It is going to happen. But a good outcome is not going to come out of that. When you wife a harlot and then you find out that she is doing harlot shit on the side, you can't be surprised because guess what? She's a harlot. Now, this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 26, verse 6, and it reads, "But a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman, and a scourge of the tongue which communicated with all." See? So, hey, this energy that these women have, it's an ungodly spirit for them to have, right? A man can be jealous, right? Meaning that if a man has a feeling that his woman is stepping out, that jealousy is dangerous, right? But a woman being jealous, a woman is not supposed to be jealous of another woman. It's not supposed to happen. See, so you women thinking, oh yeah, if my man ever cheats or my man ever does that, well, guess what? You're not even supposed to be jealous of another woman. Did you not know that? Well, I guess you don't. You guys don't know the Bible. You don't know the Bible. So that this side woman, right? This woman she's a side, well, guess what? She's in the right spirit, right? She knew that man had a wife and she never fucked with his thing. And that's exactly, right? And she said that relationship went on for years in peace. He took care of her and he took care of his wife. Simple. They both win. She didn't want a husband. He already had a wife. He wanted a side bitch and he got one. Everybody wins. The wife gets a husband. He takes care of his home. Everybody wins. But you women are so bugged out and so destroyed in this society. Oh, if I find out my man is cheating on me, well, I'm going to cheat on him. Well, guess what happens when you cheat on your man? Now your household is destroyed. Now there's no peace. Now there's calamity. Let's pull it back up.
I dated a married man for 25 years. And we was friends for the next 20. When I met him, he told me he loved his wife. And he loved me.
Yeah, and that's a possibility, right? That happens all the time. You can fall in love with your concubine, right? Especially when you have a good concubine. Oh man, when you have a good concubine, sometimes your good concubine can be elevated, man. Right? You can get a concubine and you can elevate her, but not in the true sense of concubine, meaning that a concubine for us so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American is women of other nations. We're never supposed to marry a heathen woman, right? We're never supposed to marry an Asian woman or an African woman, which is a Hamite woman, and Polynesian, and so on and so forth. We're only supposed to marry or wife women of our own nation. But living in this Babylonian society, these women are all concubines. They've all been raised to be women that sleep with multiple men, and then when they're ready to settle down, oh, now I want a husband. No, you're a whore. You're a whore. But guess what? Sometimes you can meet a woman that you thought was just going to be a jump off. Listen, we live in this Babylonian society, right? Summer's coming up, and everybody has their plans of how they're going to meet bitches and fuck bitches and blah 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 blah. We all have that in our mind, right? It just is what it is. You might be going to the store, there might be different events that's going on in the summer, whatnot. Bitches are out half naked. You might meet a woman, right, and she's bad, right? You get the number, you get to meet her, blah blah blah. You pop her, and then you get to know her, and you might dwell good with her. Well, guess what? Her status can be elevated to a wife depending on the circumstance. You might elevate her. You might say, yo, you know what? My spirit takes this. My spirit takes her. I found out she's a good woman. She been with me. She been with me for a little bit now. She's shown me things that I like. She's shown me things that I fuck with. And guess what? Guess what? If she's dealing with you good, you should deal with her good as well. You should deal with her good as well. She was lost until you found her. I was lost, now I'm found. She found her savior. You're her savior. You know what I mean? So you deal with her like how the Savior deals with us through the spirit and power of Yahweh. Straight up, right? You're her Lord. So deal with her like a Lord. She didn't know how she should dress. Now she's asking you, hey, daddy, what should I wear? It's not you forcing her, because you have some of you, you weirdos out there. You force a woman what to do. You don't force a woman what to do. You wait for her to be open to instruction. Now she's asking you, hey, I'm about to go do my hair. How should I do my hair? That's when you know you have her. You have her when she starts to ask for your advice when it comes to everything. And then when she starts asking for advice, that's when you do your change. That's when the change occurs. That's when you could tell her what to do. That's when you mold her. You don't mold her before she comes to you for everything. Now she's coming to you, hey, daddy, I'm going to do my nails. What color do you think? Da, 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 da. You tell her. You don't look at her and say, oh, that's a woman's thing. Da, da, da. You tell her. Because now you're instilling in her that she doesn't do anything without telling you first. But she's open to it. You never forced her, right? You never forced her. She's conditioning herself to receive you. Because remember, a woman is a receiver. So if she's not receiving you, something is wrong. She has to receive you not only physically, which most men are good at. Most men want the woman to receive them physically. But don't you know that's the lowest level a woman can receive you is physically? That's easy for a bitch. A bitch can get horny just like a man gets horny. Sometimes a woman just has that itch to scratch. She gets H too. She gets H too, right? She's the only creature that has a clitoris. So the Most High gave her something that's strictly for pleasure. A clit is strictly for pleasure. So can a woman get horny and just want to fuck? Yes. So that's nothing to her. That's base level. You know you have a woman when you have her mind. When you have her mind. When you can indoctrinate the woman with your ideology, with your knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. That's when you have a woman. That's when you truly imprint her. A lot of you guys, you're just trying to imprint her with the rod. You don't imprint her with the rod. You imprint her with knowledge. Now, can the rod open her up? Of course, but that's next level shit. You guys are not ready for that. Now, this is Ecclesiasticus 7:19, and it says, "Forgo not a wise and good woman, for her grace is above gold." So listen, if you have, let's say you have a good woman, right? And she's not that beautiful. You're not supposed to forego her. You're supposed to keep her, right? Because it says, "For her grace is above gold." Yo, don't get it twisted. There's good women out there, man. Good women out there. They're hard to find, right? They're hard to find. Damn near impossible in this world. This is Ecclesiasticus 7:26, and it reads, "Hast thou a wife after thy mind? Forsake her not, but give not thyself over to a light woman." I mean, don't give yourself to a foolish woman. You have to give yourself to a woman of understanding, but before a woman has understanding, she has to be open to your understanding and your indoctrination. Don't just feel like you're going to meet a woman and then you're looking for an intelligent woman. An intelligent woman is a woman based upon her conduct. So when you meet her, she conducts herself like an intelligent woman. If you meet a woman and she already has 3 kids, 3 different baby mamas, well, that's a dumbass bitch. Leave her alone. What are you doing chasing after a fucking woman that has 3 fucking kids by 3 different dudes? That's not intelligent. You got to make better decisions. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 26:7, and it reads, "An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro." And some men are going to have this. This is an issue that some men are going to have in this world, right? Even Paul warns us of this, man, right? This is when you have an evil wife. So can you have an evil wife? Yes, you can, right? She's like a yoke shaken to and fro. He that hath hold of her is as though he held a scorpion. Yo, holy fuck. It's not even funny, but yo, some of these women, man, they're like, yo, they're spawns of hell. Like, holy shit, man. Like, real shit. Like, it's no joke. It's no joke.
And baby, he treated me like a goddess, motherfucker queen. And I didn't fuck with his household. His wife didn't even know I exist.
And that's a beautiful thing. All right, that's a beautiful thing. All right, in the kingdom, our women are going to all know about each other. But, yo, guess what? In this society, it's better you keep them separate, man, just to keep your peace. All right, so with that, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakudash. I'd like to say double honors unto the elders and elder apostles of GMS that rule well and that teach well. And to the elect, the 144,000 and the 1/3, shalom to you and to you only. Till next time, shalom and kwam yasharallah.